Salvete discipuli, discipulaeque. I hope you are all doing well this evening. In this video, I will be reviewing Pensa A, B, and C. Right. Pensum A. Quis est Albinus? Quis est Albinus? That's asking the question, who is Albinus? And we say quis and not qui because we're asking the question who and not which. If we were to ask a question with which in it, I might say qui vir est ille, right? Which man is he? Or which tabernarius is he? Is that man? And I might say Albinus est. So the difference is, in one I'm saying which person is he or which man is he, and in the other one I'm saying who is he, right? So there's just a subtle difference there. The which is pointing out some other noun. Which man, which tabernarius, whereas the quis is just saying who, more generally. Est tabernarius qui ornamenta vendit. He is a tabernarius who sells ornamenta. And qui is in the nominative singular. Quae ornamenta? Ornamenta quae Albinus vendit sunt gemmae et margaritae. Right? So here the quae is the accusative, neuter, plural form of qui quae quod, which is the pronoun that means, of course, which. So we're asking, which ornamenta? The ornamenta which Albinus sells are gemmae et margaritae. Next, quid emit medus? What does medus buy? Ornamentum emit. He buys an ornamentum, a piece of jewelry. Quod ornamentum? Ornamentum quod medus emit est annulus. And we'll stop there. So the ornamentum, so which ornamentum, quod ornamentum, the ornamentum which medus buys is a ring. The ornamentum which medus buys is a ring. So you see the difference here between quid and quod, just like quis and qui. So quid is asking more generally, what does medus buy? But quod is saying, quod ornamentum, which ornamentum does he buy? Which one? And then here, it's the relative pronoun. The ornament which medus buys, it's in the accusative because that is a neuter accusative. The ornament which he buys is a ring. And now is a tricky one, right? Annulus blank pretium est 100 sestertii. So it should cuius, right? Because, why? Because we're talking about the price of the ring. So the ornament which medus buys is a ring, est annulus, of which the price is 100 sestertii. That's what cuius means, of which. Or we might translate in English, whose. The ring whose price is 100 sestertii. And this is the genitive singular, cuius. Digitus in blank annulus ponitor est digitus quartus. Digitus in quo annulus ponitor est digitus quartus. The finger in which the ring is put is the fourth finger, or the ring finger. And we're in quo. Quo is in the ablative case, because it's with in. Blank servus medus blank davus est. Hic servus medus ille davus est. So that's saying this servant is medus. That servant is davus. Lydia hunc servum amat non illum. Lydia loves this servant, not that one, because she loves medum and not davum. Lydia amica huius servi est, non illius. So this is genitive, and this is telling us that it's genitive, because Lydia is the girlfriend, the amica, of this servant, not of that servant. Of huius servi, non illius. Lydia huic servo osculum dat, non illi. And this one's rather tricky, right? How do we know that this is supposed to be dative, huic, and not ablative, hoc? Well, because of the word dot. Lydia is giving a kiss, an osculum. To whom is she giving it? To the servant. To this servant. So it's to this servant, so it must be dative. It's to or for. Huic servo, non illi, not to that servant. And for ille, illa, illud, which means that, the dative form is illi. So these are rather irregular forms, but they're both dative. Lydia ab hoc servo amator non ab illo. Hoc opidum est tusculum, illud est brundisium. Cornelius in hoc opido habitat, non in illo. Via huius opidi parvae sunt. So let's go over these rather quickly. Ab hoc servo. Hoc is in the ablative, just like servo. Lydia is loved by this servant. So ab goes always with the ablative, so it's hoc. Non ab illo, same thing, not by that servant. Now, hoc opidum est tusculum. Opidum is a neuter nominative noun, so it needs a neuter nominative form of hic haec hoc. So hoc opidum, this town is tusculum. Illud est brundisium. Illud is the neuter nominative ending for ille, illa, illud. That town is brundisium. Cornelius in hoc opido habitat, non in illo. So it's in or on, right? Not into. So it goes with the ablative forms of hoc and illo. Viae huius opidi parvae sunt. Huius, the roads of the streets of this town, parvae sunt, are small. So of this town, we got to put huius in the genitive to show that it's possessive, of this town. So let's move on to pensum B. Gammae et margaritae blank pulchra sunt. This is a little more tricky, right? You're having to remember the words. So because it's pulchra, I think that we want to put ornamenta here. This requires a little bit of guesswork, a little bit of memory. Ornamenta pulchra sunt. That makes the sentence make sense. Gems and pearls are beautiful pieces of jewelry, beautiful ornamenta. Aemilia multa ornamenta a Julio accipit, right from the chapter. She receives many ornaments from Julius. Aemilia blank in colo et annulum in blank habet. Aemilia margaritas. And we have to put in the accusative because it's going with habet. Aemilia has margaritas in colo. And what does she have on her finger? Where does she have her ring? Habet annulum in digito. right? And if we want to be more specific, indigito quarto. So these are all from the first part of the chapter. Multae feminae ante tabernum albini consistunt ornamenta eius aspiciunt. So consistunt, right, is plural because it's going with multae feminae. Et ornamenta eius aspiciunt. So many women stop before the tabernum albini, and aspiciunt, look at the ornaments of him, eius. Viri ornamenta blank et feminis dant. So before they give the ornamenta to the women, they have to buy them. So viri ornamenta emunt, plural. Men buy the ornamenta and give them to the women. Feminis means to the women, right? Because it's in the dative. Viri emunt ornamenta et feminis dant. Blank gematus centum sistertiis blank. Annulus gematus centum sistertiis constat. Remember? Costs. A jeweled ring costs 100 sistertiis. And now this blank here, I'm sorry, I'm a little squished. Pretium annuli. The price of the ring est centum sistertii. The price of the ring is 100 sistertii. Sed medus blank tantum habet. How many does he have? Only 90. Only nonaginta. Tantum nonaginta habet. Albinus. Nonaginta. Non satis est. Remember what satis est means? That's right from the chapter. 90 is not enough. Medus. Arcipe nonaginta sistertios. Out nullos. Out means or. So either take it or leave it. Accept 90 sistertios or none. Now, and some of you on the quiz were confused about satis. You were trying to make it into an adjective. Enough, right, is actually an adverb, right? It's not enough. So satis stays satis, is not declined. Annulus ad digitum medium non convenit. Right? It doesn't fit ad digitum medium. It doesn't agree. Non convenit annulus. Digitus medius nimis magnus est. So this was on the quiz, right? Nimis magnus est. Sed annulus convenit ad digitum quartum, meaning it's put in. Remember how the ring goes on the fourth finger or the ring finger? So that means that the ring, annulus, agrees with the fourth finger. The fourth finger, which, qui, non tantus est, non tam magnus est, quantus digitus medius, which is not as large as the middle finger. Lydia laeta digitum suum blank et cum medo a taberna abit, right? Abit means go away. She goes away from, she leaves, departs. Digitum suum, I believe it's aspicit. She looks at her finger. And cum medo a taberna abit. And Lydia medo viam monstrat, meaning she shows the road to Metis, and so Metis is in the dative, meadow. So you might have had something other than aspicit. There's many things you might have put there. I believe it's aspicit. She looks at her finger. I hope these exercises were helpful for you in reinforcing what we've been working on for the last couple of weeks. And if you have any questions, please write them down and we'll go over them in class together. Pensum C, I think that it would be really helpful for us to go over each one individually in class and to see what each of you put. And so we're gonna do that in class. So I will not do Pensum C in this video, but I hope you all have had a wonderful evening and get some good rest. And thank you for all your hard work.